Basically, they try to play me out as crazy, gay, weird. They change my form. They edit my pictures, make me look like some gay military guy. If you look at my videos, you'll see quite a few different images of me. And that's obvious. Some of them are a result of me recording with a different camera and doing martial art moves, and it blurs the screen as I record on the other camera. But you know it's that fast because there's no signs of being sped up, and I'm talking. I kind of stop after a while and I start talking. It's the particular way I did, and there's no easy software engineering explanation. There's a bit more effective one, but there's no easy way to kind of definitively show you. And certainly I don't know of one, but there's that. Okay, I guarantee you. I guarantee you, there's some videos of me looking weird, covertly drugged and poisoned. I even have a channel called Covertly Drugged. Okay, I overkilled that. There's countless comments and countless videos about they're poisoning me and so on and so forth. So I cover those odds and ends pretty well. And then there's some videos where there's a stopwatch and they still slowed it down. It's hard to say how they did it. I'm sure that if you work in you have a PhD or something, if you're really into that stuff, you can kind of figure out how they did it. But even though I had the stopwatch on the screen, they kind of separated the rest of the screen from that. They kind of just put a square around that. Keep this the same speed and slow down the rest or something like this. Okay? And so personally, me, I basically I like females from a lot of different races growing up. I like Hispanic women, Jewish women, Arabs, you name it. Okay, I liked women. Okay, I was looking for love, no longer looking for love. You know, I want people to submit to God through me. And what do I get from this? I don't get money per se, unless it's this, whatever's the moral thing to do. We come to that conclusion as the other. I say I reserve the right to have the final say, but whatever the moral thing to do is. And if you feel like I'm being unfair, we can have this a debate about it on camera, calmly, as adult people. You know what I'm saying? And kind of reflect on it. And kind of we can also write down this stuff. That's probably the best way to do it. And then consider each other's arguments, especially if it's an important issue. Okay, so this is how it will be. So at the end of the day, it's really morality leading and not me. But I've stood firm and I deserve that right. I have to do my self-justice as the most righteous person first and foremost, and that has to do with focus, moral intensity, and moral precision. It's like a martial arts sensor. There's basically these kind of square-like bags. They have sensors on them, and you hit them as the story goes, and the sensor tells you how hard it is. If you hit dead on the center, okay, as the story goes, okay, it tells you that you hit, you can get more out of it. You'll get a higher score, a higher rating. Okay, so if you have to be morally precise in life and have intensity and fierceness and power, ear, spiritual power. It's even called pow ear. It's even called spirit. You see what I'm saying? The spirit. Okay, hunter before the Lord, a mighty hunter before the Lord. So, as somebody who's proven spiritual power, okay, going back to Jonathan in First Samuel, I think it's 15 or 14, where he takes on these people and wipes out 20 in a small space. Okay. David and Goliath. Goliath basically, when he attacked the Philistine outpost, he caught Goliath's intention. So in 1 Samuel 17, boom. And we have Joshua at Jericho. We have Samson. We have Jesus saying he came to bring a sword and waging war in Revelation 19:11, etc., etc. We have Isaiah. We have all kinds of stuff that talks about the mighty hand of God, the mighty one, the Lord Almighty. Jesus at the right hand of the mighty one. He quotes in the parable of Tenet, he quotes Psalm 118, where it talks about, in the name of the Lord, he cut him down. All the nations surrounded me. In the name of the Lord, I cut him down. Again, I've gone over this kind of David and Goliath. He cuts off his head symbolically. Psalm 118, in the name of the Lord, they cut down the enemies of God, and the chosen one goes up. Okay. And obviously, it's symbolic of losing your head and being ill in hell and the righteous going up. So why am I saying this? I was going to make this a quick video because I'm a righteous person. Okay, this isn't about ego tripping. You understand me? If there was a way for me to do it differently, and I could, and I could bring people to heaven, and it was moral to do it, okay. But idolatry is one of the biggest no-nos. Okay, the Bible goes on and on about it, and it's logically wrong. It's part of rape by deception. That's why Serapis is rapes scrambled. Prepare is pre-rape scrambled. Compare is come rape, and mock rape. Scrambled pirate is rape, it's scramble. So you see that I can't take a part in this. You understand me? Even though I'm blameless because my inclination is to do good. Those who lead the upright on an evil path will fall into their own trap in Proverbs. Okay, but that doesn't mean if you're upright, you can say, you know what, I'm just going to make my life easy and I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings and oh, everyone is friends if we do this. No, the truth hurts. Truth is hurt, spelled backwards. It hurts. The double-edged sword of Scripture. It cuts. It slices. People get martyred. People get killed. People get stoned and beaten and abused and raped and robbed and so on and so forth. In life, basically, all attractive women that had sex in life basically are raped by deception. Okay? You're better off being raped when you're being persecuted for righteousness' sake, maybe once or twice or something, or avoiding being raped and anticipating and killing yourself, than to be married to the rapists who are organizing rape by deception. Okay, these are kind of logical things. And this is the kind of decision where if we sat down and say, hey, I don't agree with you about that because of this, and we'll write it down. Why do you think that? Why do I think this? We'll get to the bottom of this. Who's right? The honor guy, the princess who jumps off the cliff rather than being raped, the female who commits seppuku. Okay, were they right? Were they wrong? Were they part right? Were they part wrong? Let's pinpoint it, moral precision and focus, moral intensity. It's just like sparring strategy. It's part of why they wanted to confuse you about my shape, make me seem like they want me to look like he's an ape and shit and so on and so forth, make me seem fluffy tits, right? They poison me so my body is fluffy, right? If you look at it carefully, you can tell that even now there's a certain body structure that has to do with stabbing somebody versus a body structure that has to do with punching someone. So you imagine when I used to do world record speed with this kind of precision brain surgeon son body, right, that I could stab into him. Okay, do those 15 hits. Or was it 12 to 15 hits? I think it was 1.2 to 1.5 seconds. I kind of had a rough estimate because I had to do it based on the stopwatch and what it was saying, and the computer too. I forgot how I did it, but I came up with that rough estimate. Basically, it was fast, and I came up with the trapping range, right? That if you did it from this trapping range, it's about half the distance from my boxing range, firing out like this. So if you do it that way, you got to do twice as many hits. So if it's 15, you got to do 30. And it's basically impossible for anyone to do 30 trapping range hits and that has to do with putting your heart into it. You really put your heart into it, you're firing away, right? Obviously, these blows aren't the same because they change my body structure. It's like if you're an old man, one good example is Ali is an old man trying to show you his jab. It's not going to look the same as when he's right before a fight warming up. Okay, it's something like this. It's not just having not warmed up, not stressed out, not been in training. They've actually changed my body structure, okay? This is what's going on. It's serious. And I do believe, listen very carefully, that when a hero, and I'm the last righteous man ever, is sabotaged, that women owe him more. It's not just, well, now you sabotage. Oh, what can you do for me? Even if my dick stops working, okay? Even if fucking I become an asshole. You were all out there with the rape by deception bitch and left me out to dry. You understand me? Folly is an unruly woman. That's why in Psalm 45 it says, submit to the king. So these things, again, we can write it down. They don't want to do that because they know I'm right. They know it's rape by deception. That's why it's called rape by deception. You look it up, it's a term on the internet. I used to call it trickery, subtle coercion, psychology, misdirection, confusion-based rape. Okay, to try to help you understand what's going on here. It's not as simple as someone's passed out and you tricked them, you put a drug in their drink. It's you lying about who you are. You taking advantage of a system where people are confused about who they are. It's like the black women in America, for example, and it's like most people. It's like the Hispanic. They're mixed. They're like, who am I mixed with? What am I mixed with? Who am I? Okay. They then sleep with somebody according to the cultures that they're presented. They're watching the TV. What's going on? Who am I? Oh, that looks fun. And they end up having sex with somebody. It's an organized system of rape by deception. And when we look at, we see all these women raped in college, in the military, people raped in the Boy Scouts, little boys raped in church. We see it's a rape system with a bunch of cultures, and none of them kind of pinpoint it with moral precision and focus moral intensity and say that is rape and that is wrong. Okay? Now, if you don't see that I'm a good guy, why do I get angry? How does the most righteous person who's morally precise act in this situation? Now, there's people say, go meditate, go accept evil. That's all rubbish. You understand me? When somebody's raping your wife, do you say, oh, I should meditate now? Now, how much more when there's kids dropping dead every moment? Okay, basically people are dying all the time, people are getting raped all the time, people are getting drugged all the time, raped by deception, people, all these horrible things are happening all the time. How does the sane and sensitive person in touch with the source of justice and righteousness respond and behave? Okay, you've got to see it. You got to see who I am, the type of person I am. Look at me carefully. This is a sabotage here. It was a little bit weird. Look at my eyes from the mind control and so on and so forth. Weird kind of computer glasses help me filter out the lights that fuck with my eyes. You understand me? This is what a sabotage hero looks like, where they're trying to do lightweight mind control, but have a certain neuroplasticity and a pre-existing neurogenesis process that led up to my current brain function that doesn't allow them to go too much beyond how I think anyway. Think about it. They can't make me say, hey, you know, all of a sudden I'm gay or something, right? Because that's not who I am. And I know that they're trying to attack my brain. Okay? They can't make me go lie and pretend, go join the satanic cult. They can't make me one of them, because that's not who I am, and I'm determined to live and die for God, and my brain structure, and my brain has been affected by that, boom, boom, my whole life. You have videos to prove that. We have the Biafran tattoo to prove that, right? These guys died against a greater force for God was their belief system, okay? And I believe in moral precision. I'm part black, part white, so I'm not Nigerian completely. I'm not white completely. Who I am is a son of righteousness. I'm not the son of the Igbo tribe alone, or the white tribe alone, or the Jews alone. It is the source of two righteous people getting together, moved to the middle of nowhere when I was younger, like 10, 12 years old, and they said, who are you? You're the son of righteousness, and you're raised by righteousness. I'm being spanked with my dad with focused moral intensity, the same heart. They gave away so much money to poor people and free labor and free brain surgery and so on and so forth. Okay, you need to understand these things to understand why it ends with me. You need to wrap your mind around it. Why everyone else is having fun, why the poor people are struggling being poor, why people are trying to keep their heads above the water, trying to exploit people, doing all the above. I'm doing moral precision every moment, every day. I wake up in the middle of the night, gang stalked, you know what I'm saying? And moral precision is still flowing through my brain. My dreams are related to the sabotage. Well, I didn't want to go this long. We'll leave it there.